All right, today you should have this worksheet in front of you, and we're going to just work through a couple of them together, but you're going to be doing the majority of this on your own, and then you can check your answers after. But we're looking at ratio tables, and when it says basic ratio down here, this just simply means simplest form. So that's what it's asking for. My basic ratio is my ratio in simplest form. So let's first fill out this table. So in this table, I'm going to be using the completed ratios to figure out the uncompleted boxes. So for this first one, I have the completed ratio 1 to 5. So I can say, well, 1 times 2 gives me 2. Therefore, 5 times 2 will give me my missing value, which is 10. Now I can take that same, so now I have 2 ratios that are completed. So I can use either of these to fill out the rest of them because this is like a whole new problem that I'm solving. Now that I am looking for this box, it's a completely different problem. So looking at the next box, I can say, well, to get from 5 to 15, I would multiply by 3. So I'm going to multiply by 3 right here, and I would get the value 3. So now I have 3 completed ratios, and I can use any of these to help me figure out the other boxes. For example, let's focus on this box down here. Well, I can think about how to get from 3 to 6, I would multiply by 2. And then I can use the 15 and multiply by 2 and get the missing value of 30. For my other boxes, you can use whatever completed ratio you want to use. I'm going to look back at my original ratio, my 1 to 5, and I'm going to think, well, to get from 1 to 4, I multiply by 4. So then I need to do 5 times 4 and get 20. I can say, well, to get from 5 here, this 5, to the 25, I multiply by 5. I take the 1 and I multiply by 5, and I get my value of 5. In the basic ratio, I'm going to put it in simplest form. So for all of these, if I put 1 ABC 5, 2 ABC 10, 3 ABC 15, 4 ABC 20, 5 ABC 25, 6 ABC 30, all of these would give me the same exact ratio, which would be 1 to 5. You can write it that form, or you can write colon, or you could write the word 2. But that is my basic ratio. So all of these are equivalent, and they all simplify to 1 to 5. We're going to do one more example together. So for this one, my completed ratio is right here. In the middle, I have the 27 and the 18. So I'm going to use this completed ratio to help me figure out the other ones. Well, to get from 18 to 12, that's not an easy mathematical thing to figure out. I'm going to have to be using a decimal or a fraction. Same with getting to 18 to 24. So I'm going to start with something that I can easily see, figure out, and divide by to figure out my next missing piece. So I'm going to start with this 27 to 9. To get from 27 to 9, I would divide by 3. So I'm going to take my 18 and I'm going to divide by 3 here. So this missing box would become 6. All right, next, I could try to use this 18, like I said before, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to be multiplying or dividing to get to either of these. So then I need to realize that I have a whole new completed ratio here. And this ratio can help me figure out all the other ones. I can easily see that, well, to get from 6 to 12, I would multiply by 2. So I need to do the same here, and I get the value of 18. To get from 6 to 24, I would multiply by 4. I'm going to take the 9 and multiply by 4, and I would get 36. And then to get from 9 to 45, I multiply by 5. So 6 times 5 gives me 30. You need to just pick 2 ratios that are completed to help you find the missing piece. If the table gets too crowded, if this is too much, then erase the arrows as you go. Or on a separate sheet of paper, pick the ratios and create equivalent ratios from them. So when I had the 9/6, I could set this equal to x over 24, and then that would help me find this 36. So help yourself out if it gets a little too confusing or crowded here. Now, this gray box up here is still blank, meaning I have not found my basic ratio yet. Again, the basic ratio is what all of these are going to simplify to. So I would put 9 ABC 6, 18 ABC 12. I would simplify all of these and I would get the same thing of 3 to 2. So my basic ratio is 3 to 2. And again, you can put 3:2, you can put 3, 2, 2. All right, so now you're going to work on the rest of this on your own, and then you can check your answers